Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com, and we have the first, this is called the Hyperlink kite from Ozone Kites. Now, they call this a hybrid. Now, I've never seen a kite that's a complete, what I would call 100% hybrid. Meaning, what I mean by hybrid is, it's a kite that can be used on the water, kite that can be used on the snow, kite that can be used on the land. It is just, it'll do everything. Now, why is that, a lot of people ask. The Hyperlink is the first ever completely convertible from water to land. And what that means is you're able to open up the baffle. The way that a foil kite works in the water is internally inside of here. You can see where the air goes in these screens, the openings. Internally there's a tube in here, a tube of material that goes inside. When the air goes in, this tube opens up and it forces it. Now the air trying to come back out, that tube closes on itself. It's not 100% like a valve is to hold a ton of air, but it reduces the air loss and keeps the kite floating on top of the water and allows you to relaunch it off of the water up to a certain point. Now, the cool thing about the Hyperlink and what they've done in designing is you can see here is the vent where the air goes in. This is a Velcro opening. Once you open this up, internally, there's this sock. Here's the sock that's inside and the air goes down through. Now it's stitched down in here so it stays down inside of the kite. It basically, when air tries to come back out of here, this closes on itself. To make this a land or a snow type kite, to allow an open sail, to let the air in a lot faster or deflate and let the air go out. So if you try to land it on the beach, or you land it on the grass, or you land it on snow or whatever, you want the air to come out of it so it'll sit down on the ground and stay down and then quickly inflate and come back up. They do that by this zipper. Once you undo this zipper on the baffle, this allows air to quickly come into the kite and the tube doesn't close back up on itself. It allows the air to go in and the air to come out. So that is how easily you convert it. So if you want to do it for the water, you reach inside of here, zip it up, put the tube back in, and then put, for the water, and then you close this Velcro back up, making sure it doesn't tangle up into the Velcro itself. And that's it. You do that all the way across. It has openings all the way down. It has 1, 2, 3 openings, has a total of 6 across the kite, and this is a 9. Now, what I'm really looking forward to in this kite is using this on the foil board. The great thing about foil kites is how stable they are and how much easier they sit up in the air when depowered. Now, they depower a little bit less than an inflatable, but they depower down and they sit stable up in the air, and that's what I want for a foil kite. And they're going to be bringing this kite out in a 5, a 7, a 9, and a 12. Now, we spent time on this 9. What I wanted to feel is, how does this compare to an inflatable kite? Bar pressure, feel, turn, and everything else. I was very much amazed. They increased the bar pressure. It's not like a chrono, where a chrono has a very, very light bar pressure on it. This gives you the feedback just like an inflatable kite. So as you pull it, progressively gets more load on the bar. So it has a real good bar feel pressure to it, not just a real soft type feel. So you know where that kite is. I did some freestyle type moves on it. I was very, very aggressive with it, doing the turns, doing kite loops and stuff. It doesn't handle that the best by any means, in compared to, this is on the water, compared to an inflatable. As you go to turn it around and it kind of hits that stall point, the wingtips will collapse a little here and there, but they quickly do inflate and it takes off. So if you want a kite that'll do all, this is really cool. The guys that we took out with and got the first chance to try it here in the US were very impressed at how it feels. A lot of the guys want them for sure. They want a kite that they can pack up very small, pull it out, get on the water, pack it up, pull it out, get it on the snow, because you don't have to pump the kites up anymore. That is a really cool feel. Now, the coolest technology that allows these kites, or Ozone or other brands to do to get the stability out of these kites, is the new technology that was pulled from paragliding, and that is the stiffeners in the leading edge. There are little rods here in the leading edge, and the most important part of the lift of the kite. They don't go all the way back. They only go about a quarter of of the leading edge. But that quarter allows, so you can see if I take this, it's not even inflated, and I tension it, you can see the shaping is already there. It's not even inflated. So when it hits the inflation mode, it'll take this shape even tighter, and this makes it one of the cleanest foils and entry into the air, and that's what has really changed everything in the industry of paragliding, kites, foil kites on the water. You can see them racing out there. Why are they the most efficient? This stiffening technology that Ozone came up with, putting these rods in here, has totally changed the sport and changed the design and altogether. Makes them more stable. The nose basically will catch itself. Instead of stalling over, it will basically ride itself. That's why you'll see bridle points are a little bit further back from the leading edge. That allows that kite to automatically keep itself so much more stable in the air. Anyway, I have to say we're very impressed, and we cannot wait to get the new sizes. The only sizes that are available to order now are the 9 and the 12, and I'm guessing Rob's working on the 5 and the 7. Cannot wait for those kites to come out. Anyway, I want to give the full look over on this. It has the new material. This is the snow type material. It's not the lightweight, so the prices are definitely going to be a little bit less, which is fantastic. Bridles are made to take the abuse. They're all sleeved or all sheaved lines. They're not unsheaved, so they're protected very well, so they'll work in all different environments. I cannot wait to see this thing and what guys do with it in the snow. This is going to be fantastic. Guys on the land boards, everything else. Anyway, I wanted to give you the first one. This is the first thing. It's out there right now on the Hyperlink in the US, and we got it here at Kiteboarding.com to do our test on it, and I'm very impressed. If you get a chance to ride it, do so. This thing is convertible from 4-line and 5-line. It's got all kinds of conversions on it. We flew it 4-line on the water and had no issues at all. Really enjoyed the flying. Anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com to bring you the first of all kinds of equipment. Have a great day.